What is going on, YouTube? This is Six, and recently I just started playing Super Street Fighter 4, and I decided to just make this video about me talking about fighters and my experience with them, and how I'm starting to get into fighters more and more these past few coming months and weeks. So basically, yeah, my friend has Xbox. He had some games with gold every month, and about a month or two back, he actually got a Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, and basically, he doesn't really fuck with his fighting games. I don't know why, but I know he had MK versus DC, and I know a lot of you guys don't like that game, but personally, I love that game. That's like one of my favorite fighters of all time, like legit, and I played it a lot. Yeah, me and my friend actually finished it in one sleepover too. The story is real short. It's really good for a fighting game, but we never really got in. Well, never really got into it that much. So basically, I'm playing that with him. He plays that a lot. We also play MK9 a lot. MK 2011. I still have that here. I still play it a lot. I go online and play some public matches online, and even though I do get my ass kicked a lot, I do win a couple matches, and yeah, it's fun. It's one of my favorite fighters of all time too. But only till recently I started playing other fighters, and by other fighters I mean Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, which he got on Xbox with games with gold, and I think that game's real harder than Mortal Kombat or any Mortal Kombat I've played, because really the combos are much more deeper. It's much harder to pull off combos. Well, not that much, but it's more in depth. What I'm trying to say is because I get my ass kicked way more than I do when I play Mortal Kombat 9, and yeah. So by the way, I'm kind of sick right now, so he has gonna be hear me sniffling stuff a lot. But back to the video. Anyways, so yeah, ever since I was about 10 or 11, I've started playing a little fighting games here and there. I never really got into fighting games, but I think the first fight I ever played was actually Mortal Kombat Armageddon. That was back like in 05, 06, I think 06 through 08, and we were playing that shit a lot with my old neighbors back then, and I really loved it. I sucked at it. I keep getting my ass kicked at it, but I loved it, and I was playing with my friends, duking it out like every Friday, Saturday. It was fun, and I didn't really play any other fighters like that, and it was really unfortunate because later in life I started playing a lot more fighters, and I started getting good at them, like Tekken. I'm pretty good at Tekken. I played that shit at arcades before, and I never really I owned a Tekken game. I think I owned Tekken 4 on PS2. I think it's on PS2. I'm not sure, but Tekken 4 and Tekken 5 I've owned for a little bit, but I don't know what happened to them. A lot of PlayStation 2 games I had, I've either lost or sold off. So, anyways. So I had Tekken 4 and Tekken 5. I also played Tekken 3. That game was real fun. But fucking Eddie, and I don't know if King's in that game. Fucking Eddie, man. Eddie is like the most annoying, like one of the most annoying fighting game characters I've ever played with. Because, oh my god. Well, anyways, yeah, just hey, if you guys have any annoying freaking fighting game characters, just put us in the description, because I just want to talk to you guys about them. I've already had my time with King and Noob, even though I use Noob a lot, and fucking what else? Johnny Cage, my friend uses Johnny Cage a lot in Mortal Kombat 9, and yeah. So, anyways, talk about the annoying fighting game characters. But anyways, yeah, I played the Tekken games. I love Tekken, especially moving on to 3D areas and stuff like that. Trying off different combos. I think the combos in that game are really hard. Like, it's probably like the hardest fighting game I've played. That you have to pull off combos, and just because of how hard he's got all these button combinations and bullshit and stuff like that. But I mean, that's how Tekken is, and Tekken's fun. So, anyways, yeah, I pretty much only played Tekken and Mortal Kombat, and that's really unfortunate. But yeah, as I said, Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, I might pick that up for myself. I'm not sure how cheap it is right now. I'm not gonna try to go out and buy it when it's like $40, $30. But what other fighters? Marvel vs. Capcom. I've played Marvel vs. Capcom 1. I haven't. I've emulated it. I didn't really own it, but I emulated it. I played it a lot, and that game was fun. I haven't really played it competitively any system or anything, because I think they have it on PSN, but I never really tried going out and buying fighting games on PSN. I know they got like Super Street Fighter 2, like Third Strike or something like that, but yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom, that game's fun. I might go out and pick up Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and 3. I know Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is kinda, kinda what expenses right now. I don't know why, but I think it's still like use that competitively. But yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah, I really wanted to play Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur is a series that I've always looked at videos at, and I've always been interested in it. Probably because it's a weapon combat. I never really played a fighter except Mortal Kombat Armageddon, with the fighting has to do with weapons and such like that, and that's really interesting to me. I haven't really played a fighter like that. And yeah, plus the the arena knockouts and everything like that with the characters and everything, and the special characters. I think in Soul Calibur before they had like Star Killer from The Force Unleashed and Darth Vader and Yoda from Star Wars series, and Link from Soul Calibur 2, I think. Yeah, and there's some other ones too, but that's the main ones I remember. So yeah, those are really cool. Dead or Alive, I know Dead or Alive is cool. It's kind of like Tekken. I think I've seen footage of it. I think it's kind of like Tekken. I haven't seen a lot of DOA footage from back in the day or in a couple of days, so I have to look at it and compare those to see if I would like to play a Dead or Alive game. But other than that, I think that's most of the fighters I played. I'm really trying to think of other ones. Super Smash Bros. Super Smash Bros. I know a lot of people are 50-50 about it being a fighter, but I consider it like kind of like a fighter. It's not a conventional one, but it's kind of like a fighter. And I love it. I've played all three, and I never really owned a Nintendo console. I've owned a N64 and a GameCube. I never owned a Wii or a Wii U or NES or anything like that. But I've owned Super Smash Bros. Melee, and I've owned the first Super Smash Bros. And I love those games to death. I play those all the time back in the day, and I have to go back and play them again, even though they cost like fucking like $50 right now because everybody's starting to play them competitive, with Evo and everything like that. But anyways, those are fun. Yeah, they're not really like conventional fighters, but they're somewhat fighters, like a party fighter or anything like that. And yeah, I know there are a lot of fighters, a lot of new ones that are coming out, with like a lot of ones I don't even know about, Killer Instinct, fucking Blaze Blue, a lot of different unique fighters out there with like a different combo system and everything like that. And if you guys want to discuss with fighters with me, just hit me up in the comment section so we can talk about that shit. And I'll see you guys later in my next video. Peace.